Bantwana are hard at work preparing for their 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers against Ethiopia. The team began their preparations a week ago with a squad of 35 players who were called in for evaluation and will now switch focus to the two-legged qualifiers. Bantwana will play their first leg away from home on the 4th of February at the Abebe Bekila Stadium in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. They will then return to South Africa for the home leg on the 10th of the same month at the Lucus Moripe Stadium in Pretoria. To chat more about this, I'm joined by head coach Nthabeleng Dunga Modiko. Coach, very good morning. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Let's start off with how team preparations are coming along at the moment.
Yeah, good morning to everybody, and thank you for having me. The preparations have been going so well. We've had a number of players coming in. There are 5 of them, and then we had to do that cut. And now we're left with a quality 24 that we think will be suitable for taking on the mandate. And hopefully, when we get to Ethiopia, we can only just do our best.
So let's talk about that mandate. Twice qualified for the World Cup finals. What is your mandate this time around?
Nothing has changed. It gives us so much pride, to know that we've done it before, and this is another chance for us to go at it again. We've got a new set of girls, that have come through the ranks. Some, they were quite young when we last qualified, and now this is their chance, and I think, they are really up to it. They're excited, they're buzzing, and the girls, they're just raring to go.
Coach, you raise the issue of young girls that have just come into the side as under-17s. You often don't work with girls for a 3 or 4 year period like any other coach or most other teams. Does this pose a challenge, and how do you work around it? Because you have these girls for a very short space of time, and the mandate, as you say, is such as World Cup qualification.
Yeah, no, what, I think a lot of gratitude must go to the mother body. Having an academy such as the SAFA Academy in Pretoria has managed to just make it a little bit easier for us to be able to spot these girls. They do a lot of work at that SAFA Academy, and some of them we get to highlight or see them whilst they are in their 13, 14 years old. And just as now in camp, we've got we had a lot of 14-year-olds coming through, even a 13-year-old who came in for trials for the under-17, and we've spotted them, and we've managed to say, okay, a few of them are actually ready to be going into this squad of the under-17s. And I think it also gives us, if you take a 14-year-old into an under-17 squad, it gives us a couple more years to actually work with her and harness her and be able to get her ready even for the bigger stages. So all gratitude must go to the mother body SAFA.
Coach, just how much football are you watching from these young girls playing across the country? I'd imagine, obviously, those that are in the academy, and that makes it easier because you almost just pull them out of the academy. But, there are hundreds of thousands of girls playing football across the country. How do you get access to those girls and some of that talent?
Yeah, definitely. We do get to do a road show all around the country. As you mentioned, there's hundreds and hundreds of girls that are playing the game, and that actually gives us so much assistance in terms of being able to spot them. Recently, we had the CAF schools under 15, which is another hub where we got to be able to see a lot of the young girls that are actually participating, and some of them made it into the squad with the help of Coach Nthabeleng, who was in charge of that squad. So the road shows are helping. A lot of coaches on the ground as well, gratitude must also go to them. They do get to alert us, send in videos, and some of them making a few other calls, so that we can be able to know that there's a girl in the deep rurals, whether it's in Mpumalanga or it's in Limpopo or even in the deep Northern Cape. We do get to know about these girls, and when a chance is available, we do get to call them up just to assess them to see how far they are coming along.
Now, there have been issues in media about budgets around bringing in girls from some of the more distant provinces in the country. Has this been a factor? And does it affect your selection of girls?
No. I think, when it comes to terms of budget, the economy is not so great for everyone. But like I mentioned, the help of the coaches, those that are in the network, those that are able to reach out to us and show us videos of the girls that are participating. It also helps. It helps a lot. But in terms of getting girls, like I mentioned, we've got girls from the deep rural KZN, Free State, and the likes. So in terms of the budgets, honestly, it's something that I think everybody is just trying to make do with it.
So let's talk about talent in the squad. You've trimmed your squad down from that 35 initial number of players that you brought in. You've watched them over a few weeks. You're down to 24. Are there any exceptional talents, any newcomers that we can look forward to watching?
Yes, definitely. We've been very much fortunate to have the services of Nobahle Mdelwa, who was spotted in the CAF COSAFA regional tournament that took place in 2023 December in Malawi, and she managed to get scooped up to Spain, and she's been participating so well in that La Liga project. So she's one of the good names that we are looking forward to having in our squad. We can talk of Katlego Malebana, who has been a standout performer. Even in the under 15, she was the best player of that tournament, and now she's here in the under 17. So just to mention a few, we can be looking out for those ones. And then we've got the tried and tested, the players like Adriel Mibe, who's just been coming up the ranks. She was also part of the under 20 World Cup qualifying squad at a tender age of 16. So just to have some quality in our squad, we can mention just about those ones.
Now, I want to bring Bantwana into focus because they're top of the lots at the moment. Incredible performances over the last several months. Has this resulted in more girls coming to play football because of their performance? And secondly, does it put a little bit of pressure on you in terms of you taking the under 17 side? The ladies have the Banyana have done so well. Are you under pressure to achieve the same?
I can simply say a coach that doesn't have pressure, is a lucky coach. You have pressure nonetheless, but credit must go to the Banyana squad. Coach Desri, she's been an inspiration even to myself as a young and up-and-coming coach. The successes that we are seeing even in the media right now, you see Thembi Kgatlana being able to move across the world and be able to also be a standout player in the Mexican League. Same goes for Jermaine Soposenwe. These are all inspirational players that the young girls here in the under 17, whenever you ask them who is your idol, who are you looking up to, they mention them. They say I train because I'm thinking about Thembi Kgatlana. Excuse me. I'm thinking about Thembi Kgatlana, and I would like to emulate what she has done for the country. And it's really, really much amazing to see such talent right now as a representation for these young girls. And I think Banyana is an inspiration not just for the country but the continent as a whole, because we're talking about the continental champions, and we've also seen the amazing individual awards that the coaches and the players are getting on their own. So we are looking forward to trying to just, walk on their path as well, because they've been the amazing trailblazers for us.
Let's come back to Bantwana. The mood in the camp. Are the girls excited? Is there a great camaraderie that is building?
Yeah, definitely. The girls, they're raring to go, as I mentioned. Every single day you get them, try and put them under a little bit of pressure. We try and get them to be a little bit more educated in terms of the game, and also the education part of their own schooling as well. So every morning, when you talk to the girls, you are seeing them smile, you're seeing them beaming, they're excited. And every single day, all that we're talking about is that game, how many days is left before we can actually step onto the field. But again, we've been doing a lot of hard work on the pitch as well, trying to keep them, balanced, trying to get them to stay humble, keep on working hard, and just be excited about the game. After all, we are trying to build solid human beings, after all, in the squad.
We certainly are. Coach Dunga, I know like you and the rest of South Africa, you're going to be glued to your television tonight watching Bafana play in that all-important encounter. What is it that the boys need to do to secure all 3 points?
I think, the last match that they participated in against when we were playing against Namibia. That was one of the standout performances, I think, for me personally, for the whole tournament, how they managed to just turn, that loss that they got in the opening match, and now to be able to put up such a show. I think, Coach Hugo Bruce has been amazing in camp. For them, it's just to pick up where they left off with Namibia and try and just solidify that qualifier into the round of 16. We are proud of Bafana, and we are raring for them. For me, it's not even just about Bafana Friday, it's Bafana every day. So good luck to the boys.
I like that, Bafana every day. I'm going to put you under pressure one more time before we go. Give us that scoreline at the end of 90 minutes today.
Look, after that 4-0 driving of Namibia, I can say that we can even go further. How about 5-0 Bafana? Just to keep up the spirits and to ensure that we continue singing. We like everything that that they are doing for us. They are unifying the country. They are unifying the southern region as well. So it's up to them to show that they are actually, representing the whole of SADC against the North African champions.
Coach of Bantwana, Nthabeleng, Dunga, Modiko, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for speaking to us this morning.